Please be seated. And we'll wait just a second. One of our color guard members is also a senior graduating, so we don't want him to miss any of the festivities. Hurry up, though. It's jumping in a phone booth back there. You only get one of these, so I'm going to wait for him. Sure he still wants to do this? Yeah. He's coming. All right, let's go. We're waiting for you. All right, we waited for you. You good to go? Okay, good evening. A very good evening to all of our distinguished guests. I am Jesse Boyd, principal of King George High School. If you are having a difficult time recognizing me after this year we've had, maybe this would help, guys. Does this help? This is my Google Meet. Yes. On behalf of King George High School, I would like to introduce and recognize those on stage this evening. Would you please stand and be recognized? And please hold your applause until the end. Not able to be with us tonight is Ms. Gina Pansiera from the Shiloh District, Mr. T.C. Collins from the James Monroe District, Ms. Kristen Tolliver, James Madison District, Ms. Gail Hawk, Vice Chairman, Member at Large, Ms. Carrie Gonzalez, Chairman, Dahlgren District, Dr. Robert Benson, Superintendent, and Mr. Daniel McNamara, Teacher and Graduation Speaker. Give them a round of applause. Please have a seat. Sign language interpretation this evening will be done by Ms. Mary Ann Cook. I'd also like to take this moment while I have this audience to recognize our graduation coordinators, Ms. Dr. Lowe, Ms. Katrina Wines, and Mr. Tyler Robinson. Where are you at? Thank you for your presence and support. I typically stop my welcome here, but I've missed out on a whole year of lecturing you guys, so you'll have to hear me for a minute. Graduates of the class of 2021, you will hear many say this year was a year of learning loss. Some may even say that this year diminishes the value of that piece of paper in your hand. Personally, I believe that couldn't be any further from the truth. Let me let you in on a little secret in the world of public education. Around the dawn of your freshman year, public education was under fire. Business leaders, college deans, and military recruiters were voicing their disapproval of the public education system. Their complaint was that schools have equipped students with rote memory facts and standardized testing, aka SOLs, and we have lost focus of key skills needed for success. Those key skills were identified at the time as citizenship, creative thinking, communication, collaboration, and critical thinking. And I want to talk about those skills for a minute. Citizenship, exhibiting the characteristics of trustworthiness, respectfulness, fairness, responsibility, and caring. Do you think that this year, listening to the CDC, Dr. Fauci, the governor, and countless others to understand and appreciate the ever-changing set of expectations and pivoting in yet another direction qualifies you as a good citizen? I think it does. Creative thinking, willingness to take risks, experiment, and learn from failure. How many of you moved forward this year in the face of uncertainty? How many of you experimented with something new? How many of you failed at something this past year, bounced back, and learned something about yourself in the process? I think you are all critical thinkers. Communication, actively listening for understanding and appreciating your audience, and understanding verbal and nonverbal cues. Who remembers those days in early August when together teachers and students were learning about the chat feature on Google Meet, or we were saying in unison, "You're muted"? Do you think we learned to listen when listening wasn't easy? You are all excellent communicators. Collaboration, working together towards a common goal, compromise, and demonstrating flexibility. Could it be possible that virtual breakout rooms tested our abilities to work as a team and assessed our abilities to actively listen to other viewpoints? Do you think that internet outages and Google and Canvas blackouts tested your ability to be flexible? Did going from virtual to in-person to synchronous and asynchronous tap into your ability to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations? I think you are all excellent collaborators. And finally, critical thinking, discovering and appreciating multiple solutions and perspectives. How many different ways did you have to learn how to submit an assignment on Canvas? Did you think this year tested your abilities to think outside of the box? From health experts to politicians to school officials, you were asked this year to appreciate different perspectives. You guys are all amazing critical thinkers. So before I turn the podium over to Paige, I would argue, and I hope you would all agree, that the class of 2021 is the most resilient, courageous, and well-qualified group of individuals that we have sent into the world in generations. Franklin D. Roosevelt said, and I quote, "A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor." Graduates, you make me proud to be your principal, and as you venture out to tackle new endeavors, please know that because of the adversity that you have overcome in this past year, you are likely stronger than you give yourself credit for. I wish you all the best of luck and skill as you move forward, and thank you. I've been proud to be your principal. Paige.
Good evening, fellow graduates, guests, and faculty. My name is Paige Baker, and I am honored to be here today as the Salutatorian of King George High School's class of 2021. I'd like to start off by thanking the administration for making this ceremony possible. After missing out on so much this year, having an in-person graduation ceremony is a dream come true. I would also like to thank everyone watching online and here in person today. It is through your guidance and support that all of us were able to make it this far. To the class of 2021, congratulations. After 13 years of hard work, we have finally done it. But this is not the end. Today marks the beginning of the rest of our lives. Some of us will go straight into the workforce. Others may pursue higher education in the form of college or trade school. And some of us will go on to serve in the United States Armed Forces. While all of these paths are different, they all can lead to successful lives. But it is important to remember that success is not purely based off what's in your bank account. Success is determined by a multitude of things, such as happiness, which can come from the people we surround ourselves with, living in the moment, and taking advantage of every opportunity that we are given. I believe that the pandemic has enabled us to understand this better. Lockdown made us appreciate the time we have with family and friends more because we didn't know when we'd be able to see them again. It gave us opportunity to try new things. For example, Mr. Mack adopted a COVID kitten named Edgar, and I built a Windsor chair from the scratch with the help of my uncle. Some people even experimented with dyeing and cutting their own hair, like my friend Carter, who decided to dye her whole head blue. It was through all of these little things that people were able to find happiness during such a difficult time. So as we move forward and face new challenges, remember how you overcame the challenges of not only this past year, but the last 13 years, and use those experiences to help you move on towards bigger and brighter things. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2021.
Jesse?
Good evening, class of 2021, faculty, and guests. My name is Jessie Wang, and I would like to begin by thanking my family, friends, and teachers. I wholeheartedly understand that without these people, I would not have been able to stand where I am now. I would also like to thank those physically or virtually present in the audience for supporting our class throughout our school careers. Seniors, it is an absolute honor and privilege to have this opportunity to speak to you today. And while I have no more life experience or wisdom than any of you, I hope my words will mean something. To start, this might be biased of me to say, but I believe that our class is one of the most resilient classes ever. Or in other words, we're just built different. Along with juggling the inevitable difficulties of being high school seniors, we've had to face the additional challenges of the pandemic and the pressures posed by the current social climate. We've had to experience loss, and we've had to hear the constant reminder that these are unprecedented times. Our hopeful plans of attending events, creating more memories with our friends, and much more were thrown aside as we transitioned into a life of virtual calls, staying at home, and the struggles to have the motivation to handle everything. However, despite the hurdles and moments of disappointment, we made it through to the end. Your accomplishments in academic, sports, arts, music, and other disciplines, in spite of the circumstances, is beyond admirable. You are all very strong and deserve to be proud of yourselves. Over the months, I have come across many people who say that they want things to return back to normal. And although I do also want numerous aspects of our old normal back, I believe that there needs to be change as well. If we've gained nothing else from the past year, I think that we have at least learned a few valuable lessons along the way. First, the well-being and health of students should be prioritized over grades and not the other way around. Second, having more friends doesn't matter. It is more important to focus on the ones who truly care. Like the friend who would make tea and write pages of notes for you when you're sick, or the friend who would offer a ride if you ran out of gas during a gas crisis. Third, you are the only one who can limit yourself. As the daughter of immigrants who worked hard for the things that they have now, I see how we can't change the cards that were dealt with at birth, but we can decide how to play the hand. Fourth, and most importantly, don't assume and don't discriminate. Showing acceptance and respect toward others goes a long way. With these lessons in mind, rather than going back to the normal of our past, I believe that we can create a better normal for our future. A normal where there are less social divisions and more understanding and empathy. As we move on to the next chapter of our lives, whether you're going to college, a trade school, the military, or the workforce, please take opportunities, have faith in yourself, and do something that is meaningful to you. Remember the extravagant price of toilet paper a few months ago? Well, you and your dreams are even more priceless than that. Please value yourself. It is fine to make mistakes. It is fine to not know. At the end of the day, I hope that the next time someone asks you what you want to be when you're older, you can say, above everything else, that you want to be happy. Thank you and congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Danny McNamara, and it is my honor to speak to you tonight on this incredible occasion. I am excited, I am humbled, and I am terrified to be up here. Some of my fear is gone, though, because I didn't trip on the way to the podium, so that's good. I'm honored to stand before you representing the faculty. This is my 9th year teaching at King George High School and the Commonwealth Governor's School. And today, I will share my wit and wisdom with all of you. Many of you have seen me around school rocking my Crocs, and since I'm wearing my cool yellow ones tonight, I think I'm ready to go. I started to write this speech like 12 times because I was trying to find exactly what to say. I could never find the right sentiment or the right words, but this just reinforces an important skill that is sometimes overlooked. Practice, rough drafts, making mistakes, trying again, and perseverance are all necessary. So of course, I thought I might need some motivation. I went shopping. As I was walking around those home decorating stores, I started to notice all these decorative signs. And as I looked at them, I was like, these are perfect for my speech. So I walked around taking photos of all these random signs and didn't buy a single one. And I'm sure the workers thought I was nuts, which I am, but that's not because of that. The sign said this: when you focus on the good gets better. The best is yet to come. Enjoy the ride. Keys, phone, wallet, glasses. You may not need that one now, but you will later. An ocean breeze puts the mind at ease. See the good in everything. Keep it simple. Take a breath and do your own thing. Don't quit. Work hard. Stay humble. I'll love you till the cows come home. Wash your hands. Brush your teeth. Flush the toilet. Don't forget to live. Go your own way. Slow down. Read. Relax. And if I made my own signs, I would add, mistakes are okay and necessary. Thank your parents often. Always look people in the eye. If you take another virtual class, please turn on your camera. Give a firm handshake. Relationships are just as important as your goals. Never stop learning, and most importantly, never stop caring. Oftentimes, life becomes a series of checklists and tasks to do, and I challenge you to embrace life and not simply check the box. Life shouldn't be thought of a series of tasks, but of experiences. Ferris Bueller once said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. When I was a senior in high school, I had Mrs. Dibble. Yes, that's right. I actually had her for 3 years in a row. They were different classes. I didn't fail them. And for those of you who had her in class, we pretty much did the same kinds of things. We would read, we would write, we would annotate, we would write about metaphors and paradoxes. And although I can't forget the one kid in my class who would always make the joke, paradox? You mean like the paradox behind Wilkerson's restaurant? But in my senior year, we read a poem, and I still hear some of the lines resonating with me now. The poem was called Invictus. The last stanza, can I just stop for a minute? Aren't you impressed with all my Englishy words? Like stanza, metaphor, paradox. I mean, for a math teacher, that's pretty impressive. Just saying. So the last stanza is this. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Now, when I was in high school, we would have to analyze this and dig into the word choice and things, which we aren't going to do today. However, when you leave here, I charge you to think about those last few words. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. You control your own destiny, whatever that may look like. And let me tell you, what you think it will look like now and what it actually will look like may be different, and that's okay. When I came out of college, I opted to go into teaching. My mom was a teacher, my sister is a teacher, so it just seemed logical, okay? Be a teacher for a couple of years. I mean, I have a math degree, so I can go work on base if I want. Who knows? Well, 20 years later, I know I don't look old enough to have been teaching for 20 years, but 20 years later, I'm still doing the teaching thing. And to be honest, I wouldn't have it any other way. This school year, as you know, has not been easy. It hasn't been easy for you all. It hasn't been easy for you all. And it certainly hasn't been easy for the teachers. Learning Canvas, changing all my lessons to virtual lessons. I mean, I couldn't have you putting duct tape on the walls at your house. Learning Google Meet and Zoom and figuring out how to unmute and talk. And perhaps the most important, figuring out what the word asynchronous meant, which I can tell you doesn't mean that Wednesdays are free days. However, I survived, and so did you. And even though this year hasn't gone according to plan, don't let it damper the memories you have made while you've been in King George County Public Schools. I hope that you will look back and have a fond memory to think about when times get tough. As a teacher, and as a representative teacher of the entire faculty, I hope that you can look back and think of a memory you had with one or more of your teachers. My guess is, as you move further and further away from this moment, you probably won't remember the content of the lessons you were taught, but you will remember key moments from when you were here. Because although conjugating etra and learning about the Civil War and the derivative of the natural log of x are invigorating, it's the conversations, the moments you spent chatting with your favorite teacher about absolutely nothing. Those are the things you'll remember. No matter what your high school experience has been, you're a fox. You walked the halls of King George High School from class to class. Some of you wore band uniforms, athletic team uniforms, Spirit Day outfits, Deca blazers, ROTC uniforms, Cinderella costumes. But no matter what, you are a fox, and no one can take that away from you. It was truly an honor to be chosen to speak to you tonight, and I know I speak for my colleagues when I say this. You make me proud to be a teacher. You make me want to work harder to be the best teacher I can be. You make me want to learn Nearpod or try doing a virtual escape room or come up with a new, cooler way to teach. We owe it to you. And in return, do you know what you do? You leave. Every year around this time, we say goodbye to the seniors. And it is incredibly sad for us, but there is something exciting about this day too. Yes, we say goodbye, but as teachers, our greatest gift is to see what happens next. Whether it's the military, the job force, community college, or a four-year college or university, we, your teachers, are pulling for you. And we look forward to the day when you will email us or text us or visit us and tell us all the wonderful things that have happened to you. We never stop being your teacher, and we never stop rooting for you, ever. Thank you very much.
Excellent job, Mr. McNamara. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas. But before that, I'd like to thank those in the audience who made this day possible. To the mothers, fathers, and family in the audience, without your support, this day would not have been achievable. Graduates, today is an opportunity to celebrate your success. However, please remember to thank the people that made this accomplishment possible. We would also like to recognize a senior who is unable to be here today because he is already serving our country in the armed services. Noah Williams is in the Marines. Let's give him a round of applause. We also have 16 total seniors who will serve in the armed forces upon graduation. This evening, the presentation of diplomas will be performed by our administrative team, Ms. Shelby Latney-Allen, Mr. Brian Ritchie, Ms. Kim Truslow, followed by the charge of graduates presented by our superintendent, Dr. Benson. Ushers, please present our candidates for graduation.
Jesse Wang, Valedictorian. Paige Elizabeth Baker, Salutatorian. Anna Jane Ackerman. Jaden Nicole Anderson. Hunter Nicholas Anger. Timothy David Bentz. Taylor Faith Bowman. Sky Leanne Brown. Andrew Wayne Brown. Thomas Scott Buckles. Jacob Riley Bullington. Javon O'Brien Campbell. James Douglas Chandler. Kaylee Cheney. Christopher Michael Clark. Jamonte Matleek Coleman. Xavier Denzel Coombs. Christopher J. Cox, Jr. Andrew James Dale. Drake Allen Dalton. Elijah Hiroshi Dawson. Stephanie Cheyenne Dermody. Ayana Imani Ellis. Anthony Cruz Fernandez Grimes. Thomas J. Fines. James Edwin Rice Granger.
Shaylin Nicole Hampton. Sky Elysia Nicole Harbor. Camille Dominique Haskins. Ali Rudnell Hassan. Elizabeth Page Hollowell. Giancarlo Gennaro Irachi. Brandon Lee James. Stephen Wayne Johnson III. Cameron Josiah Johnson. Caleb Michael Johnson. Gabrielle Strongwolf Kaylee Mattingly. Jenna Noelani Cap. Matthew August Carl. Emily Grace Kegley. Cadence Ryan Keller. Aiden David Keller. Melanie Michelle Kaiser. Natalie Rachel Kanoki. Azar Lana Cornator. William Mark Landauer. Haley Nicole Linder. Jonathan Michael Lindsay. Kiera Ann Lipinski. Alexis Marie Lochner. Jackson Robert Lusk. Shelby Lynn Madison. Cadence Elizabeth Manthe. Heather Angelique McCarthy. Michaela Marie McGann. Layla Jade McGee. Cesar Raul Medina. Emily Jansen Meredith. Lydia Gwendolyn Morgan. Abigail Eve Mullins. Brody Wayne Newton. Frank Carlo Noonan. Cannon Ellis Parker. Aiden Odell Parr. Bella Renee Payne. Brandy Marie Puckett.
Lucas Reagan. James Alexander Ricciardi. Kiala Capioni Richardson Ransom. Elijah Jalen Russell. Lauren Ashley Sheehan. Garrett Edward Shoup. Bryce Christopher Simmons. Brandon Tyler Simmons. Holly Elizabeth Sizemore. Ian Douglas Sizemore. Benjamin Hunter Smith. Jordan Thomas Sneed. Andon Wyatt Snyder. Jordan Caleb Stevens. Joseph Aaron Sutton. Darren Michael Taylor. Roy Van Taman IV. Ryan Joseph Taman. Tyler Ian Thorin. Maria Isabella Tolliver. Sebastian David Tomlinson. Brandon Michael Turman. Eleanor Grace Veazey. Doug Jorgensen Wallaquist. Samuel John Wallaquist. Katie Mae Ward. Carter Holland Wasser. Lauren Brooke Winsel. Amanda Jean White. Delaney Grace Williams. Brady Cobb Wingert.
So it is my privilege to ask the great class of King George High School 2021, would you please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, by the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia State Board of Education, I now declare you graduates of King George High School with entitled to all the rights and privileges thereof. Congratulations to all of you, and congratulations to your families. Well done.
Congratulations, everybody. Graduates. Graduates, please look to Mr. Daniels on directions upon exiting. Please keep moving towards your vehicles to wait for your guests to join you. Can we get Pop'em Circumstance? Parents and guests, thank you for being here today. Please remain in your seats until the graduates have exited the stadiums. Thank you, guys.